am gripping the steering wheel when the white shape steps out of the trees and plants itself in the middle of the road. The pickup's headlights wash over a polar bear, an adult female polar bear, fur dirty and clumped, shoulders hunched, one front paw lifted as if to stop traffic. Her mouth opens and closes. Thick white vapor pours out with every breath. The sound is not a roar. It is a strained, scraping exhale. I slam the brakes. Tires hiss on packed snow. The truck shudders and stops with the yellow center line under the hood. Not today, I mutter, reaching for the radio. The polar bear does not charge. She does not retreat. The lifted paw remains raised. Her head dips once, then rises again. Her eyes stay locked on the cab. My first instinct is simple and wrong. This is an attack. Every safety briefing floods back. Never exit the vehicle.
Easy.
Never approach.
I'm not here to
Never
hurt you.
hesitate. I picture torn metal, blood on ice, a frozen warning scene. My hand moves to the gear shift to reverse, then freezes. The polar bear steps forward and sways. Her legs tremble. The fur along her belly is soaked and frozen into dirty ropes. Her abdomen hangs low, heavy, swollen. Her sides are hollow, ribs faint beneath the coat. A sharp salt smell hangs in the air, like sea spray trapped in fur. Pregnant, I whisper. She lowers the lifted paw to the asphalt, as if it costs her everything, then raises it again, slow, deliberate. Stop. Inside the cab is warmth. Outside is knife-edged cold. I stare at her cracked paw pads, the claws scraping lightly when she shifts her weight. I force a different explanation to calm myself. She wants food. She sees me as a threat. My fingers brush the emergency horn. The polar bear turns her head slightly, not away from me, but toward the tree line. Her nostrils flare. She releases a low, urgent sound, not aimed at me, but past me. I follow her gaze. Beyond the shoulder, near a broken ridge of ice, dark shapes stain the snow small, uneven. She lifts her paw again. I think of my sister's voice from a satellite call weeks earlier. You treat animals like problems to solve, she said. One day you'll be wrong. Id answered. This is my job. She replied, no, it's how you avoid people. I cut the engine. Silence drops hard. The polar bear's breathing becomes the loudest thing on the road. I open the door a crack. Cold air slaps my face. Pine resin and diesel mix in my nose. Easy, I say aloud. I'm not here to hurt you. The polar bear lowers her paw and takes one step back, giving me space, then stands still as if guarding a boundary. I step onto the road. Boots crunch on ice. Wind slips under my jacket. I keep my palms open. My body turns sideways. She follows two steps behind as I move toward the shoulder. Each time I stop, she stops. Each time I look back, she raises her paw once, counting. At the ridge, the dark stains become a collapsed snow hollow. Slush rims the opening. Beside it lies a length of nylon rope and a broken wooden stake, human debris. Near the hollow, something moves. Two polar bear cubs, newborn, fur thin and wet. Pink skin visible beneath pale hair. One cub twitches weakly. The other lies still, mouth open, no sound. The polar bear mother releases a deep, raw sound from her chest and lowers her head toward the motionless cub. Then she looks at me. My earlier fear ambush, threat shatters instantly. I drop to my knees. Snow soaks through my pants. Cold bites deep. I clear slush from the twitching cub's nose and mouth. Its chest flutters. A thin squeak escapes. The second cub is heavy and limp in my hands. I wipe its face with my sleeve and rub its tiny chest hard, fast. Nothing. The polar bear mother shifts closer. I feel her heat behind me, smell salt and ice in her fur. I don't turn around. I keep rubbing. Breathe, I say, the word breaking. The polar bear mother suddenly collapses onto her side with a heavy thud. She tries to lift her head and fails. Her flanks heave. Her paws tremble. The birth is over. What's killing her now is exhaustion, heat loss, dehydration, time. I need shelter. Heat. Light. I grab both cubs and sprint to the truck, wrapping them in the emergency blanket, blasting the heater. Their faint squeaks fill the cab. I run back. I try dragging the polar bear mother with a tow strap. She is too heavy. The strap cuts into my shoulder. She groans. I stop, breathe, drive the truck closer, lower the tailgate, slide a blanket under her. She pushes weakly with one foreleg. Together we get her into the truck bed. She collapses again, breathing ragged. At the station, I drag her into the vestibule and turn on the heat lamps. Yellow light floods the room. I place the cubs near her muzzle. The polar bear mother sniffs weakly. The twitching cub crawls toward her belly. The still cub does nothing. I rub the lifeless cub again. Clear the airway. Press the chest. My fingers burn, then go numb. The polar bear mother lifts her head slow, shaking, and begins to lick the cub. Her tongue is rough and relentless, over and over, head to belly to paws. I sit back, breathing hard. 10 seconds, 20, 30. The cub's chest shivers. A breath catches. Then a thin cry breaks the air. The cub lives. The polar bear mother continues licking both cubs, refusing to stop. Hours pass under heat lamps and heavy breathing. Then comes next problem: food. The station has almost nothing left. 3 frozen fish remain my contingency, my survival buffer. I stare at the freezer lid, then pull all 3 fish out. I thaw them and slide them toward the polar bear mother. She eats slowly, jaw heavy, then drinks the water I offer. That night, I eat only crackers. My hand throbs. The cold damage is deep. The numbness will stay. The next morning, I check the coastline. Where solid ice should be, black water stretches wide. The massive ice floe is gone. The truth locks into place. The polar bear mother had prepared her den on that ice. Climate warming broke it loose. It drifted. She was carried into open water, pregnant, forced to jump and swim miles in freezing sea. Labor began early. She reached land, exhausted, and found my road. She lifted her paw not to threaten but to stop me from driving past her last chance. On the 3rd day, a supply boat arrives. A new team and a veterinarian confirm the polar bear and cubs are stable. The station director suspends me for violating protocol. The cost is irreversible. We transport the polar bear mother and her 2 cubs to a safer southern bay with thicker ice and reliable prey. She stands there, stronger now. The cubs squeal and crawl to her. She lifts them gently, one by one. She pauses once and looks at me. "I'm sorry," I say. "I almost left." She turns and disappears into the snow with her cubs. 3 sets of tracks lead forward. My hand will never fully recover. My career may not either, but some lives were carried back from the edge. Some mistakes can still be answered.
Easy now, watch the lines. Brace for impact. Okay, secure it.
I'm sorry.